Welcome to this edition of Hindsight is Horrifying, the show where three mostly normal and somewhat cynical adults discuss life as members of the TV generation. Now here are your hosts, Darth Jada, Jason Mitchell, and Adam B.
It's weird because I didn't play the music in the headphones.
Hello,
so now I feel like I haven't even started the show yet, but we have.
We jumped right in.
What movie are we doing this week?
with your three hosts, Darth Jada, Jason Mitchell, and Adam Brad.
Hey, Doc, why don't you tell everybody about this whole thing we're doing?
So
We're doing a Laurence Olivier movie.
yes, we're doing Hamlet. No, actually, unfortunately, this week and for the weeks to come, Hindsighters, we're going to try to make not just you, but all of us cry. That's the challenge right now, and Jason's going to think up some spiffy intro music for that.
Yes.
But or some spiffy intro in general.
Yeah.
So this week, Jason actually kicked everything off with.
Well, let me take over real quick because I want to make
Please
sure
do.
that the audience understands that for the next
Give them
3
the
months or
parameters.
so, we've decided that we're getting to be too good of friends. And
Yeah,
we need
tune out.
we need to inflict pain upon each other.
Because they don't do that on a weekly enough basis.
Yes, yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick movies that will make our co-hosts weep with pain. And it's up to each host to pick 3 movies. I decided to go on a ramping up scale from mildly uncomfortable to painful to sheer agony. And we'll get into that later. But so basically what's going to happen is for the next 3 months, it's going to be my movie. Then I guess we'll flip a coin to decide which of you guys goes next. And then we're going to
Wait for
let
it.
guests pick movies to torture all 3 of us. That's how messed up this is.
But see,
you know?
we're going to leave the level of torture up to the guest. So it's
Yes.
the 3 of us know each other pretty well, but when the guests come in, it'll be fun to see
It's
what their version
all
of
bets are
torture
off.
is. Yeah, exactly. So,
So I decided to start with a movie that is mildly painful. It hurts to watch it.
it made me cry tears of laughter.
This is the movie written by Sylvester Stallone and for all intents and purposes directed by Sylvester Stallone.
Back when actors could still do that.
Well, back when you could just tell George P. Cosmatos, do whatever I say.
Before you were John Favreau and
Yeah.
could do anything
Yeah.
that you wanted to because you're just that big of a
Yeah.
genius.
This is a vanity piece by Sylvester Stallone, and I am, of course, talking about the 1986, I think,
Correct.
Yes.
movie,
Oh, we agree this time.
Yes, it
it
is.
came out in 1986.
It
Okay.
did.
Cobra.
Cobra.
Cobra, baby, Cobra. This
Let's see who does the best Stallone
yeah.
during this episode.
This is honestly one of the shittiest movies.
It's like Lethal Weapon and Mad Max had a meth baby.
Yeah.
is
I
pretty
can see
much
that.
what happened.
Yeah.
Definitely meth.
But
It's the slow-witted child of the 1980s.
but Mel did it so much better. You always do, Mel.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we talked about this.
this is another movie that surprisingly is based on a book.
Yeah, I
was a-
saw that, and I was terrifyingly surprised. I was like, Jason, how?
Well, just to give you a sense of the tone of how this movie was made, it was written by somebody. I don't remember the name of the
Some
author.
person or other.
But when the book was released as a part of, the re-release as part of promotions for the movie, Sylvester Stallone wanted to be credited as the author of the book.
Whoa.
That's how big
that's
his
an ego.
That's the
an
ego. Yeah.
Well, when you rise from being a porn star, or not even a porn star, to being an actual movie star, I mean, maybe
Softcore porn. Softcore porn.
I don't know. I've never seen a porno. We've talked about this.
Italian
I
Stallion.
wouldn't know. Yeah, no, I know
Yeah.
that's where he got his nickname from. But yeah, just when you rise from porno to being a movie star, I guess you feel like you've really made it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where the ego came from.
Cobra is, and there we go, produced by Menachem Golem and Globus, Yehim Globus.
Yeah, Golan Globus.
Werner Herzog was an uncredited
Yes. He did the first draft of the script.
Vince the Cobra shows up to the crime scene.
Screenplay by Sylvester Stallone. Those words don't add up to me.
How is that a sentence?
Yeah.
How is that
and
a
it's
sentence?
directed by the guy who directed Tombstone, which is in my top 5 of all-time favorite movies.
I'm your Huckleberry. Yeah, it's a great movie.
For the audience's benefit, though, this is a movie that if you had a bunch of 13-year-olds and you gave them money and told them to make an action movie,
Honda accurate. That's exactly what
that's
happened.
what you would get.
13-year-old boys.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically.
13, yeah, except
straight 13-year-old boys.
You guys are really too hard on this film. You know, I like Cobra, you know, except they call me Nobra.
because you're a good citizen.
Because I like
Model citizen.
I like the ladies with Nobra. Anyway,
Can we talk about Brigitte Nielsen?
I guess we're gonna.
what was her relationship to Sylvester Stallone?
Well, I think it was George P. Cosmatos who supposedly, at some point during the movie, I think the director told Stallone, we'd be on schedule, except we would be on schedule if you would just get your hand off Brigitte Nielsen's ass and stop trying to show off for your bodyguards.
He was legally able to do that. They were married 6 months before the
Were
film
they?
started and divorced a year after it premiered.
Imagine.
Yes. See, that's how you do it.
See, the thing is, I could never marry a man who's shorter than I am. I just couldn't do it.
Even if he's Sylvester Stallone?
Even if he's Sylvester Stallone, like
No, let's talk about
First
what
of
the movie's
all,
about.
oh yes. So the synopsis via Rotten Tomatoes is a renegade cop nicknamed Cobra, Sylvester Stallone, is assigned to destroy a serial killer cult and protect model Brigitte Nielsen, who has the goods on, and that's where it ends. And that's honestly where, that's all you need to
They're
know.
like,
He's protecting
Yeah.
a pretty model.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing from
Who
a serial
is-
cult killer.
Not all that. Like when I think back of, the hot girls of the 1980s,
Okay,
Brigitte
well-
Nielsen.
Let's go. Okay, Weird Science. Kelly LeBrock is
way
Kelly
hotter.
LeBrock. Kelly LeBrock is way hotter than Brigitte Nielsen.
Kelly LeBrock is hotter.
What do you think, Mr.
I
Bell?
think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, you picked Weird Science, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yes.
All right.
Another
Christy
choice.
Brinkley,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kathy Ireland.
Brooke Shields.
Well, she was more of a 90s.
Brooke Shields.
Brooke Shields,
in Pretty
for
Baby.
sure.
Oh, Brooke Shields. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
I'm glad you didn't say Blue Lagoon.
Brooke Shields from Friends.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a perfect vintage.
When she was obsessed with Joey.
Yeah, it's the perfect vintage right there.
Anyway, so Brigitte Nielsen.
Yeah. Well, but we need to say, though, from an 80s standpoint, okay, this movie begins, like all 80s action movies, with a totally unrelated scene showing off how badass the hero is. Because you had to start your 80s movie like that.
Of course. Well, it's not unrelated because the guy shooting up the convenience store is supposedly part of the serial killer cult.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because
I never even caught that.
It's very Mandalorian. They're like, this is the way. This is the new world. Like,
I don't even shop here. Oh, there's the car. Stallone's actual car.
Really?
1952-ish.
I hope they made another one for the film.
No, actually, it's even worse what happened. Well, the car was
Ruh-roh.
stolen. The car was stolen from Stallone, and then something like 25 years later, he found the car, and he basically told the owner, "That's my car," and the owner said, "Pound sand, it's my car. I bought it," and Stallone had to get legal and got the car back.
It's not without its, what's it called? The amount of time that it takes for
Statute of limitations.
limitations. Yes, thank you.
I think if you're in California and you're Sylvester Stallone, the law is pretty
it
much
just,
whatever the
it
hell
doesn't apply to you. You're Cobra.
Yeah,
So-
Judge Schwarzenegger agreed with him.
Oh, okay. Well, of course he would because, he was just in Sylvester Stallone's most recent movie. So,
He doesn't even take the match out
no,
when
of course
he's
he-
trying to.
Okay,
I got
so
my
just
match
so you
here.
know, this is what is happening the entire movie, Hindsighters.
Yes.
And for those of you familiar with Eddie Izzard, Mr. Brown over here has not yet gone over to looking like a dickhead. So he's all right as of
getting
right
there.
now.
Here.
So anyway, no, it's not unrelated, Jason. He does have this whole shootout in a convenience store in the beginning, but it's because there's this guy who's part of the serial killer cult saying like, this is the new way of the world. This is how things are going to be. And so, yeah, it actually is related. Wah, wah.
Let's talk
Didn't you
about-
pick this movie?
Yeah, I did. To be honest,
I've never seen this movie before.
I've either been a child or drunk every time I've seen this movie. So,
That would make sense.
yeah. It's hard to get through it if you're not both. This was a movie, though, when I was a kid.
I was neither when I watched this because I thought I was told I was going to cry. And I did cry.
Because of the
tears
badness.
of laughter.
Well, yeah. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
No, you want Pepsi? I'll get you a Pepsi.
No, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Of course, he had a clear shot.
That was my first. Who doesn't have time for a quick sip of Coors before
Now,
gunning down an armed
the
robber?
match? He takes the match out to drink his Coors
Right.
Light.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's not Coors Light. That's Coors.
That's Coors.
Well, you got to do
Manly
it. Here,
bear.
watch. Go ahead. Get me on camera here.
There we go.
See, you try to drink with the match, it doesn't work. You take it out.
That's what she said. Took a second. Okay.
Touche.
Oh, there you go. So the thing that you find out immediately about Sylvester Stallone is that he's head of the zombie squad, and I'm just part of the zombie squad. Hindsighters, just part of it.
Oh, she got a zombie knife.
I do
Zombie
indeed.
killer.
Yes, I do. So
It's
he's
going to
head
take
of.
you like half an hour to cut off somebody's head with that, though.
That's not what you do. The point of this knife is that they're alive when I start to eat you.
But they're zombies.
Now, why carry a 9mm? It's such a wimpy barrel.
Especially in a 1911.
I know.
And they actually had to make that for this movie.
Yeah. I'm thinking 45, but I'm looking at the hole in that thing,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking.
See, I'm saying Mel did it better.
Well, we should probably, that makes me think of Dirty Harry, and we should talk about the,
Class reunion here?
yeah,
Well,
bit of a reunion.
Before we get
yes.
too off track, Cobra is the head of the zombie squad, and he's the guy that you call in when the regular cops just can't get the job done. And this is apparently part of the local judicial system where the zombie squad is actually.
Do you mean
Yeah, because you can't not sound drunk when you say
if
judicial
I ever meet
system.
Sylvester Stallone, I'm going to ask him to say judicial,
Judicial
system just to hear how it comes out.
He'll be like, "Who the fuck are you? Get out of my apartment, man!" Like,
His apartment.
it's a John Mulaney joke. But what did the Stamp Act of 1779 do? I don't know. Get out of my apartment, But the whole point is that Cobra comes in to solve whatever problems that the regular police cannot solve. Because, and like I said, this is a government taxed payer enforced thing where they actually have a dude in tight jeans and freaking aviators running around town.
And they don't even let him have a police car. He's got to drive his own car. And when it gets wrecked, it's not in the budget.
No, because he spends his entire time.
You guys keep talking. Everybody at home, it's going to be blank for a second while I'm reconnecting.
right.
There
Sorry,
we
guys.
go. We're back.
Cobra spends the entire time in his own car, like you said,
Yeah.
Jason, and then he wrecks it in the line of duty. And meanwhile, finally, the other cops finally come around to him. Spoiler alert, when they've been telling him he's too wild the entire time. And they're like, "If you ever need anything, Cobra," he's like, "Well, I'd love to get my car replaced." They're like, "Sorry, not in the budget. Not that. No." And then they just peace out. And he's like, "All right, whatever. I'll take a motorcycle." This movie is so fucking ridiculous.
It's so terrible. Now, wait, because Andrew
Robinson.
Lloyd Webber.
Robinson. Thank you.
Not Lloyd Webber. That's a different.
Andrew Robinson. I wasn't just looking
Yes.
down at my phone. Because he's
not.
Garrick from Deep Space Nine, and that's what I know him from. So it's like watching this and going, "Oh, it's Garrick from Deep Space Nine." That was a
And
good show.
Meanwhile, there's some guys from Dirty Harry, which you were
Two
just
guys,
Yes,
yes.
I just said some guys.
Adam, why don't you tell-
Andrew Robinson was Scorpio, the killer.
Yep.
And Gonzalez was Gonzalez. Gonzalez. They were
How does
very
he feel about
creative.
Mexicans?
I think his first name is Jose.
That was his. That
In
was
this
his
movie,
partner.
his
No,
first
it's-
name is Tommy, I think.
No, I know. I'm just imagining Hollywood back in the '80s. It's a Mexican character, Jose Gonzalez.
There
Well,
you go.
that's
That
actually
works.
Antonio Banderas' first name. His name is Jose Banderas. So he changed it to give himself a more Hollywood name, kind of like Thomas Maypother, also known as Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Beep up.
Beep bop doop.
Spaceship. Beep boop.
You can't catch me, gay pops.
So in Dirty Harry, Gonzalez played a cop who was the partner of the tough guy,
Yes.
Dirty Harry, who died in that movie though.
His partners always die,
Yeah.
In this movie, he lived to eat another
including
pack
the
of
girl
gummy bears.
partner.
Including Tyne Daly,
Yes.
But she
Y'all are
was
ruining this whole
She
movie
was
for me.
reincarnated as
Cagney and Lacey.
And Lacey. Yeah.
I've never seen this movie. I've
No,
never
it's
seen
it was a TV series.
No, I know, but I've never seen Dirty Harry either.
You must see Dirty.
I know we've talked
you know
about
what?
it.
I don't even-
Sanchez.
I said I'd watch it for the show.
So it's either a porn or Dirty Harry. What are we going to watch with her? Okay. Moving on.
I have to go.
Sylvester Stallone, though, probably made sure to write a line, a scene in the movie where it showed him knowing how to type on a keyboard. I know how to write on a keyboard.
Hunting and pecking
You put
sort of
yeah, you put some
And
buttons
look,
and the words come out.
he cuts his pizza with a scissor.
Yeah, which I don't. Okay,
and he's
what
got
the
eggs next to his printer.
eggs, bum bum.
Why does he have eggs next to
Oh,
his
no,
seriously
no.
don't
That's
know.
where he keep his gun cleaning
Oh, his
kit.
gun cleaning. 'Cause-
Well, at first it looked like he was shooting up heroin because he opens his carton of eggs when he goes home, and he's got a carton of pizza, or a box of pizza, and he slices off a triangle of it, just the tip of the pizza to eat, I guess, and that's all he eats in the morning. But then he opens up eggs, and it's like Rocky. You assume that he's just gonna down the eggs raw, but no, he's got a gun cleaning kit in his refrigerator hidden in his egg carton.
because it was the 80s, man. We were also high on
Cocaine.
Cocaine?
Blow. Yes.
amyl nitrates, and I mean,
Mescaline.
not me. I wasn't on amyl.
I
but
mean, we were just outside of the desert when the drugs began to take hold.
there is a documentary that I recommend to anyone before you watch this movie. There's a documentary called Electric Boogaloo,
Electric Boogaloo.
and it's the story of Canon Films.
Ah, okay.
And it's a really, really good documentary. I mean, it goes through the whole Golden Globus story, what their business model was, how they became a legitimate force. Like they actually became a fairly big deal.
Chuck Norris's films were all
Chuck
Golden
Norris.
Globus, right?
Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. I mean, tons of
You know all this backstory stuff that I don't know. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, growing up in the 80s, Canon Films were like, that's what you watched as a young, Death Wish 2? Hell yeah. Missing in Action 2,
3, 4, and
Invasion USA.
Oh yes, of course. When he came up out of the water with his M60 machine gun and started shooting?
Yeah,
It was classic.
yeah. But no, Electric Boogaloo is a documentary about that whole era and how it came to an end. It's a very good and enlightening documentary that will help you understand why movies like this existed. Because they said, we want to do a 2-picture deal with Sylvester Stallone.
Two-picture deal.
Do
Watch
either
out
of
for
you
that
know?
Hitler. He's a bad egg.
Do either of you know the Sassy Sister movie to Cobra? The other Sylvester Stallone movie that Canon Films made?
See, all I can think about now is Die Hard and
Lay it on
Work
me,
Hard or
man.
Die Trying Girl.
1980s, Sylvester Stallone, terrible movie. Wow, that's actually pretty vague.
I was about to say
It wasn't Rhinestone or anything.
No.
give us a smaller lake of water to choose from.
Oh, right. Over the top.
Over the Top.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know that movie.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's a movie. It's a
Never
Rocky
even heard of
movie,
it.
but about arm wrestling.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. And he's
Oh, that's
he's
what you're
also
doing. I
a
thought you
truck
were
driver.
stabbing somebody. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he's a truck driving arm wrestling champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you do.
And he just wants to get his kid back.
Look, he's Tom Jane, and he just wants his kids
Yeah,
back.
that's it.
God damn it! Is that what they were making fun of on Arrested Development, where Tom Jane?
No,
just
I think
wants
they were
his kids
making fun
back?
of the entire 1980s.
Probably.
With that joke.
Yeah.
We all wanted our kids. I didn't even have a kid.
And I wanted my
wanted
kids.
him back.
I was a kid, and I wanted my kids back. God damn
No,
it!
I have 2 children. I don't want them back.
No, that's the whole goal.
That's the thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's you get them.
Get them away
Get 'em
out of the
away.
house.
Addie, sorry, Danger.
Sorry, Danger, if
David.
you're
Sorry,
listening.
everybody.
You know I love you.
Jesus.
Are you kidding me? All 3 of those kids would go, yeah.
They all want to be
Let us
gone.
free. Emancipate us. Sure, why not? But so, gentlemen, what's
It
happening
was the big
in
one,
this
Harry.
movie?
He did this to me.
God. So we've already run into Brigitte Nielsen. She is an up-and-coming model, and her
Who's her photographer?
the guy from Saturday Night Live. No.
Oh, no.
Not the one I'm thinking of, but
Another Dirty Harry connection,
yeah,
but kind of a weird connection.
I knew you were going to ask me this. I should have written it down.
Didn't he have his own series called like Hammer? Or
Sledgehammer.
Something?
Sledgehammer.
What's his name? This is driving me crazy.
I don't remember. He's in Veep. He was in like 2 episodes of Veep.
He gets killed very quickly.
Very quickly.
Well, because, gentlemen, this is what happens when you solicit sex from a woman who is in your employ.
Well,
It was the 80s. That's what we did.
But he
That's what
actually, for the
we
80s.
did?
I heard that's what people did.
I have to go.
He actually says to her, I think he's actually very refreshingly honest. He's like, of course I want to have sex with you. But look, even if you don't want to have sex with me, I think this is a good thing for your career. I think he's actually a good guy.
It was weird because he was like, I would be sick not to want to have sex with you.
But didn't Elliot Gould do the same thing to Karen Black?
Yes.
And
No!
in
Do you
In
want to...
Capricorn 1.
Capricorn 1. Yes. There's Brigitte.
Yeah.
Brigitte-
this whole montage scene is just...
There's so many montages.
yeah.
Usually there's just
Yeah.
one good montage to an 80s movie, but this one has about 4.5. It's ridiculous.
It's interesting. There's 2 things that this scene in particular, and what we're seeing here is the scene where the night slasher,
It was Grizzly. He is ugly.
Yeah.
They chose him well for this film.
he
I don't
actually...
know, his voice is so over the top. Like,
Well, no, see, there's 2 things about this movie that I didn't know, and it actually explains a lot about the movie and why it's so bad. One is the guy who plays the Night Slasher. He apparently went up to George P. Cosmatos, who was the nominal director of the movie, and Stallone, who was actually the director of the movie.
yeah.
And he said, like, what's my character? Like, who am I? I mean, I know it's
What's my direction?
Well, no, he didn't.
Or what's my
Because you
motivation?
can imagine if you watch this and imagine reading the script, you would really have no idea who this guy is.
He's kind of random, and all you get really is
Yeah.
just that he's trying to create a new world order.
Yeah, but
That's all you know.
he just kind of works for the New World Order thing. Anyway, so
No, he's the leader.
well, but
Didn't you pick this movie? My God.
but here's the thing though. Cosmatos had an idea about the character. Stallone basically told him, "You're evil. You're bad. Just kill people." And he went with that, and because Stallone allegedly pretty much shut Cosmatos up and said, "Don't tell him anything. That's it. He's bad. He kills people." When the movie came out, the guy who played the Night Slasher didn't even get an invitation to the premiere. He had to buy a ticket to go see the movie.
That hurts.
And he supposedly had a conversation with George P. Cosmatos where Cosmatos said, "If you had listened to me, you would have been good."
Damn.
Which is like, I was trying to tell you how to turn the character into something good.
That hurts my heart
but
for
the other-
that guy.
The other thing that this scene brings up is that this movie was actually about 30 minutes longer,
Well, sure.
and it was very gory. All the death scenes were much, much more intense.
Okay.
And when they cut it, because they were afraid of getting an NC-17 rating, the only way they could do it was to cut out actual pieces of the story. So there's actually supposedly a lot more to this movie that actually explains what's going on.
So the killer actually had more of a character
Yeah.
within the writing as well as potentially how he could have acted it out. Wow.
Like the bad guys are supposedly, because I've no one's ever seen it, but the bad guys are supposedly
Sex girls.
You want some
love
sex
it.
girls?
Sex girls.
It's like he wrote the neon signs, and where are they? Are they?
And I hate the
they're in-
montage with the robots.
It's so bad.
That made me crazy.
so
It's so bad.
It was like, what is that? What's going on?
I mean, we're about to. Did we already pass it, or are we about to get there?
No,
keeps
it's here
going.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we're in the middle of it.
Continuing.
So
There
Brigitte,
he is. There's Sledgehammer.
Yep, Sledgehammer is he is a photographer, and he's basically taking advantage of the models.
He's a horny photographer.
Well, yeah, and
Aren't
They
they,
all are,
all?
yeah.
I mean, aren't all men horny anything? Like it just
Show me a man who is not horny.
I have to go.
And I will
Once
show
again.
you
A dead
a
man.
lady.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Anyway, so Brigitte Nielsen is an up-and-coming model, and yeah, there's this horrible montage with robots. And
It's like looking at a drag queen.
it's like the
kinda?
failures of any robot from Doctor Who just wound up on this set.
I suspect that more men than women have recreated this scene.
But men looking like women have recreated
That's
this
what I mean.
scene.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I really wish that Gonzalez was the star of the movie because it would be such a good movie.
It would be because you'd be
He's a
so
good actor.
You'd be so he's a great actor. You'd be so on his side, and he's got this sugar addiction, and meanwhile
Character and acting.
Yeah,
and,
he's got a whole backstory that Stallone just does not have. Meanwhile, Stallone's bugging him the whole time about his diet. Like, you know why you're so angry all the time? It's because all this sugar that you eat, you know? Like, you should try some fish and rice.
What kind of face do you want today, Mr. Stallone? Oh, no.
Well, look, he's roughing up the transvestite. What was that all about?
Oh, God.
Now, this outfit I kind of liked. I don't know why.
If it was on somebody else. But
you really don't like Brigitte, do you?
Brigitte doesn't do it for me at all.
She's a tip. You see why I compare her to Kelly LeBrock. She's got the typical 80s model
I see where
body
you're coming
where,
from.
that's just the type, that's the frame that was really popular in the 80s.
I think because Kelly LeBrock comes across as much more charming.
Well, she's more
person.
sassy, and she's not like, oh, help me. She's not sitting there helpless the entire time. She's like,
Now,
guys, get off your ass and do something.
This is the scene where Connor McLeod fights the guy in the wrestling mat. Oh, no, it's a different movie. It just looks exactly the same.
I think they saved a lot of these sets. Like, I'm pretty sure some of these sets were on Jaws 3D.
Well, they actually wrote several songs for this movie that didn't get used in the movie, but then showed up in other movies. Like,
really?
Yeah, and I have to go back and look it up. But there were lots of songs. Because Stallone was I don't know if any of you knew this by watching Rocky, but Stallone was a fan of pretty shitty music.
Yeah.
I mean, he's also a writer of pretty shitty movies, minus the first Rocky. So
I would like to see a congressional investigation of the first Rocky movie because I don't buy it.
Yeah, I
don't buy it.
I literally don't know how you're not an honored writer in Hollywood, Jason. Meanwhile, Stallone is.
I wrote a movie. I used my keyboard. No word come out.
You didn't get kicked in the head by an Italian mule, I guess. So,
But with that aside, it actually did a pretty respectable box office haul, like 160 million.
yeah. Well, I mean, and Stallone was one of those people back in his heyday where you could say, "Oh, it's the new Stallone picture," so people were going to go see it regardless of what it was.
Yeah, I mean,
and the posters look good. I remember.
Oh yeah,
they look badass.
Yeah.
Well, this is.
Well, it even says Stallone. Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra.
So you'd almost think
like in
that
parentheses.
the movie was called Stallone Cobra. Like that was my,
Cobra.
when I looked it up on Amazon Prime, because once again, hindsighters, this is a straight 5 already for me because I've never seen it before. But when I first saw the Amazon Prime, I was like, oh, Stallone. Is that Dean Cain? Like, I was like, okay.
He's really nice, Bob.
It's just called Cobra. All right, whatever, that's fine. But I'll look at that. Look at the tassels on that coat.
No, I got to tell you, I like the way this security officer gets it. It is pretty classic.
It's awesome.
She goes to the elevator. You think that she's going to be rescued by a security officer, and then they get the van and just drive it right into him and squish him like a grape.
And he doesn't even.
He just shoots at the
He doesn't
glass.
serpentine bamboo.
He doesn't even try to get out of the way.
It's just like Jurassic Park. Go out of the way of the damn Jeep.
Yeah.
Like just.
Yeah.
So what's happening, hindsighters, is Brigitte Nielsen, she witnesses the night slasher who she wasn't even on his radar until she witnessed him murdering somebody under an overpass. So then she's on his radar, and now he's determined to kill Brigitte Nielsen, whose name I, honest to God, can't even remember in this movie. Ingrid.
Knudsen.
Yes.
Knudsen.
Of course they remember. Of course they do. But
I'm Ingrid Knudsen.
yeah, so now Ingrid is on the Night Slasher's radar, and like the entire slasher cult is out to get her. So yeah, the security guard eats it pretty hard. He gets gushed up against the damn elevator by a
really
freaking
good.
van.
I want to know what happened to the guy driving the van.
He's dead too.
I mean, he's got to be dead, right?
Murio hard.
Say Murio.
Yeah.
There
okay,
can
if we're
be
going
only
proper
one.
Spanish, fine, you fancy
So So Bridget Nielsen ended up marrying a football player and having children with him. I can't remember his name, but then she also ended up with Flavor Flav.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They
I
dated for a
know.
while,
I didn't know that.
and they were on Celebrity Rehab together.
She's very tall and blonde.
I hear she's clean now.
Yeah. Well,
so
that's her
it's good.
signature look.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
that she's famous for that. Like she was with Flavor Flav for a hot minute. Actually, it
I don't see what
gross.
she saw on the Flav.
Does anyone?
Well, I know
God.
why. She always had a hard time telling what time it was.
Yes.
He wore a big clock.
You
on
have
his
the big
chest.
clock on your chest.
Is it drinky time?
If only it was digital, then she would have followed him around for a little bit longer.
Would you like to do some cocaine?
God, I have a story about this, and I won't name the friend, but I picked up a friend who was so blind drunk one night. And this is in my old Chrysler Sebring, and I had an analog clock on my dash back in the day. And he was amazed. He's this nerdy little guy, and he was just like, and he kept sort of quasi waking up and seeing my dash, and he's like, Jade, is that an analog clock on your dash? And I was like, yes, bud. Yes, it is.
What
and he,
year is it,
and
Jade?
he kept waking up, and he's like, Jade, is that an analog clock? I was like, I'm not going over this with you again. Like,
Well,
he
see, that's
couldn't
why
get
it's my
over it.
policy. Just to whenever somebody's at that level of drunk, if he was in my car, is that an analog clock? I'd go, no.
But you're an asshole.
Yeah, but I'm an asshole. So
Because they're assholes.
I drive very slow in the ultra fast lane.
Yeah, there you go. But
I like to park in handicapped spaces while handicapped people
stop doing the
make
song.
Handicapped
Stop
faces.
doing the song. I know what you're doing this time. He doesn't, but I've picked up on it
Yes.
since the last time. So stop it.
Now, actually, we do need to take a break. Unbelievably, we have actually survived the first 30 minutes of
That's
this
because
movie.
we barely talked about the movie.
No, actually, we've covered it. You know, relatively well.
Considering what's involved. So
I think we've gotten a lot of the nuance of the characters, the character development.
we'll get a little further into it, but after these messages, we'll be right back.
And we're back.
We are back.
The school does not
Did
know.
you miss us?
We're watching the slasher.
Did you miss me?
Oh yeah,
Sharpen his knife. Now he is a scary looking guy. Come on.
yeah,
If I
he
met
is.
him
He's very
in a
intense.
parking lot, I'd be a little nervous.
I would punch him in the face just to be safe. you know?
I have this
How
on me and
much
I'd
do you
use it on
hate
him.
this cop though?
Oh my gosh.
you know,
Stalk.
She's horrible.
you
Oh, and
hated
they
her.
even say Tommy or Gonzalez and Cobra even say, "Oh, I always hated that bitch." Yeah, me too. Like she's the worst.
Well, the actress, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was for her first audition or for the callback.
That was a very Mr. Joshua movement right there.
Yeah.
He just cut
cut
himself
Well, he would
instead
just
of
like
burning
eat a
himself.
cigarette or something, you know. But he would, she came back for the audition at like 1:30 in the morning. They call her back.
Yeah.
Now you got to think as an actress.
Yeah.
At a time when the Weinsteins
Yeah.
were roaming
Harvey
the world,
wants you. Harvey wants you at 2 a.m.
and somebody asked her, they said, well, why did you go? And she said, it was a big paycheck.
Wow.
You know, that's the industry. ladies
Golden
and gentlemen.
Globus.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Golden Globus, though, actually, it's interesting because they, when they signed, I almost said Schwarzenegger, when they signed Stallone for
Stallone.
this movie, they realized they actually didn't have the ability to pay him and produce a movie. So they got with Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers actually put up more than half, I think, of the money. And so there's some unique differences between this and other Golden Globus movies. It doesn't have the Canon Films logo in the beginning. It doesn't, you know, there are certain sort of trademark Golden Globus things that don't happen.
Okay.
And that's because they had to do this deal with Warner Brothers. And because they did that, Warner Brothers was actually the reason why they said, we're going to cut 40 minutes of the movie out because we don't want an NC-17. We want a short movie.
So is it PG?
It's
was
R.
it?
No, it's
Oh,
R.
R.
I'm
Yeah, it's
guessing.
definitely R, yeah.
Is R
Oh.
worse than NC-17? Or
No,
better?
NC-17 is
No,
worse
NC-17
than
is way worse.
Yeah, way worse.
NC-17, you don't get played in a lot of theaters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Especially back then. But yeah, this moment right here, This is such a guy moment where the detectives are sitting there, or the zombie squad. That Gonzalez is
Of
like,
two guys.
Oh yeah. Because you only ever see the two guys from the zombie squad. That's as far as you know. That's
Yes.
it. But Gonzalez is like, she's a pretty lady, huh? Talking about Brigitte Nielsen, and Stallone's like,
Oh, no, she kind of looks like a man to me.
I didn't notice.
and he's like, you fucking liar, and he's like, hey, watch your mouth. Like, and it's just.
See, Sylvester Stallone, for being such a badass, he's not very intimidating in this. He's just
No, he's
I
really
mean, he's not much taller than I am, I don't think.
No, he doesn't come across like...
Your model citizen.
We just missed
I'm trying to think.
part.
It's not Rambo.
no.
It's not Rambo.
Like if Brigitte Nielsen had called him Marion and he like clocked her in the
Yeah.
face, then I would have had respect for him.
Well, he doesn't come across as just like... he's not Dirty Harry. He's not Dirty
He
Harry.
wants to be Dirty Harry.
And he's not Rambo. And so what is he?
He's, like I said, he's like Mad Max and
He's a soft
Lethal
and
Weapon.
squishy Sylvester
He
Stallone.
wishes he was Martin Riggs.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. It's tight jeans with a gun and, big 80s hair. He's running around and, trying to be a badass in cowboy boots.
We're getting to what I think is the best sequence in the entire movie, which is the hospital sequence, where the night slasher
Who has the strangest face? Did they just like oil his face?
Well,
Like,
I was about to say he put 2 sour balls in his cheeks.
He's got this protruding jaw.
I'm not gonna kill Bridget Nielsen now.
He's talking like freaking the. No, what's the movie I'm thinking about now?
I don't
Sling
know.
Blade. Oh my god.
But no, the hospital sequence where the Night Stalker is going to kill Bridget Nielsen, and he kills a janitor to get his
For his
glasses.
costume.
Yeah, for his costume.
For his uniform. Why not just go to the uniform shop?
It seems like that would be easier.
It would be.
And what I really love is the fact that the nurse seems elitist at first because she's like, why you people try
Yeah.
to be,
Take the service elevator.
Yeah, take the service elevator or take
You
the stairs
smelly
next
thing.
time. But then she brings up the health code. So
Yeah.
you realize that she's not being elitist. She's talking about,
she's
health
being very-
regulations
yes,
in a hospital.
yes.
But meanwhile, is this hospital in a mall?
It doesn't.
The way that the
I know.
escalators and everything,
It looks like they should have a food
It
court.
looks like they're in Lenox Mall. Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Is Dr. Smith in the ICU? No, he's over at Hot Topic.
He's getting some Sabaros.
Yes, it's a bar.
He's busy. But, oh my god. But yeah, so the slasher's coming to get Brigitte Nielsen, and he has this big clever ruse, you big dumb idiot, where he calls off. Apparently there were
If you're
3
hot, Stallone, take the leather gloves off. He's like, I'm going through these files. My hands are all hot.
Yeah, but he's not going to be a nerd and get one of those pencil grip
That's true,
thingies. He's got to have the leather gloves to pin through.
But he spends all day poring over these computer files and books. Does he determine anything? No, nothing.
No, he
It's just
doesn't
all
figure
waste.
anything
It's a
out.
Not a
waste of
thing.
time. It's just a time killer.
And this sequence here, because we have this police officer who tells this nurse, hey, do you want me to take care of this? And she's like, no, it's fine. I'll just do my rounds and get
Because
killed.
she's even like, it's a little late for mopping, isn't it? And I'll just
What
tell him
nurse
on my
would say
rounds.
that?
No one.
None.
None. But the cop did get killed in the original cut.
Oh, he took them both out.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. But
Okay.
but that's the thing. They cut all of that totally out.
That makes a line later in the movie make sense then, because you're saying that because Sylvester Stallone specifically tells the other cops when they're like, "You're a loose cannon, man. You're too wild for this," and he's like, "You had 3 guys on that door, and then like all of them got called off," and I was like, "There were only 2, Gonzalez and the one other guy," but then. And that was the guy that you saw at the actual nurse's station, but there was never a 3rd guy. Not that you actually see, or at least that I didn't notice, unless I'm just being ridiculously
No, you're right.
unobservant.
No, you're completely right.
I was like, 3 guys? I thought there were 2, and 2's enough for 1 hospital room as far as I'm concerned, but what do I know? I'm not protecting Brigitte Nielsen. So.
I like that the nurse has the
Really fancy espadrilles.
yeah.
She's got a naughty nurse outfit
I
on
know.
now.
Remember back when nurses were hot?
Lasai.
That was a long time ago.
I'm
What?
so sorry, COVID workers.
Did that change?
We
I
support
don't
you.
know. I'm a little out of
He supports nurses.
still love
Did you see
nurses.
Citizen Kane?
Oh, gosh. Anyway, it's boring, but it's like a big deal.
Fuck you.
That's a straight quote from Friends.
I know.
Oh my god. So anyway,
I'm gonna drive my car now. I'm gonna middle of
Fast.
the road.
well,
I'm gonna turn left.
Night Slasher does figure that out because
Night Flasher.
Night Slasher.
Oh.
Sorry, Night
Night
Slasher.
Slasher.
Wait a minute. Sylvester Stallone does figure out what the Night Slasher's doing because Gonzalez calls him from the station. He's like, "I'm at your station. What do you want?" And he was like, "Why are you at the station? Get back to the hospital." And they figure out that it's this big ruse from the Night Slasher.
You big dumb idiot.
You big dumb idiot. And he's
I don't get this scene at all.
The old lady in the adjacent bed
I
clearly is hemorrhaging.
I don't get this scene even a little bit.
why? So tell the hindsiders what we're looking at.
It's an old lady in bed. What's next to her? Is what is the bloody mass
She's
next
in
to
the
her?
same. Oh, so the old lady has like it looks like her brains have been bashed in
Yeah, but
already, and the nurse is just tentatively pulling back the cover, and that's not how a nurse would approach it at all. A nurse would be rushing
Yeah,
to
you
help
think
her.
a nurse would go, "Oh
You
my
would
god,
think.
code blue, code blue."
But this is a Barbie nurse in
Yeah,
a naughty
sure.
nurse uniform, so
And,
who
and
knows?
it's a rather empty hospital.
It's a very empty hospital.
until
Well,
she
it's-
rings
yeah.
until they ring the fire alarm, and then people come. I mean, like 40 people come out of nowhere. It's like, where were you when the murder was occurring?
Yeah.
Easy, because that thing goes off for like no reason.
My Uzi. This is my Uzi.
Why are you pointing it at me?
Oh, I'm
I don't want to
just-
get oozy on anybody.
You and I are about to have a problem. You're about to
Yeah.
have 100% of my attention.
Are you
Irish
bringing
man.
a knife to a gunfight?
Is that an Erdl? Is it?
I don't
Anyway.
know what it is.
Well, the reason why the hospital was empty, gentlemen, is because it's at the top of Lenox Mall, and that wasn't a popular. It wasn't a popular option back in the '80s. So yeah, only of
Oh,
you.
that's awesome.
It's broken though, but it used to be like a machine gun sound. There you go.
This is what happens when you work with boys.
There you go. Look, this is Uzi, and it's full automatic. Gotta get it just right.
Well, you got to
It's
pump
a-
it up a few times.
You're pretty handy with that firearm.
Oh my God,
It's almost like a
For all,
rock,
for all you stock audio people.
anyway,
rock tumbler.
so Brigitte Nielsen, actually, I have to give her some respect. She's not. There's a very here's Johnny moment. First of all, when the Night Slasher's trying to break through her bathroom, and he actually uses his axe to get or his knife to get through it. Can you calm down over there with that?
Sorry.
My
I
God.
want the audience to know I've got an Uzi. I love Uzis. So yeah,
He
she's
always
trapped.
has an Uzi when he sits next to me.
She's trapped in a Jack and Jill bathroom.
Is it a semi?
What's that?
Nothing.
No.
The gun is the gun a semi.
No.
Crazy.
But she gets out.
Seriously, we're not
place
doing
is
phrasing
empty.
anymore?
She rings the fire alarm, and just look how many people come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
About 1 billion. Even though she's been screaming for
there
her
should
life.
be people like juggling.
I know. Guy eating fire. you know.
Leslie Nielsen comes out.
with a blow up doll.
Now, supposedly in this scene, and I don't remember, it wasn't Cosmatos or Stallone. I think it was the DP who said that Brigitte Nielsen just had a ball doing this whole hospital scene.
I believe it.
Like, she just, everything they told her to do, she just overdid it and was like, they had to like cut it because she was laughing. Because it would be like, you know, we're gonna pound the door in. We're gonna have an axe coming through the door, and she's like, "Oh my god, this is so fun." Cocaine does that.
And they couldn't fire her
Cocaine's a hell of a
because
drug painter.
she was the spouse of the
Right.
star, the writer, producer,
true. So
director,
Yeah, reason
and-
for the movie.
and distributor.
Yeah,
That that makes sense. And okay, so gentlemen, I do have a question. So
Yes.
there's one of these
he didn't say many words. Breathe.
derailed. So those toys that you used to have on your desk that are either like just the balls clacking, which phrasing first
Right.
boom,
Newton's cradle.
or Newton's cradle in this case. But like, what is the point of those? They seem like a distraction. What's the point of those?
When you have a little excess energy, you're sitting at your desk. You just
Like a
go,
stress reducer? Or?
Yeah.
No, you meditated.
Yeah, it's
it
interesting.
helped you to kind of free up some
Yeah.
space in your brain.
It's
Was
just-
that the
it's
whole
a-
point of those?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a nice
exactly.
little thing just to look at for a little bit, and yeah, like you said,
Something shiny.
I'm gonna look at this, the balls are it's like magic or something.
So, okay. Now we get to the crux of the movie where Brigitte Nielsen is definitely in danger and Stallone wants to take her upstate to keep her safe.
Upstate.
Upstate New York?
Yeah.
No. Upstate
just-
California.
You can say New York
Upstate.
City.
Upstate.
Oh
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
If he didn't murder me on American Psycho, he's not going to murder me ever.
I kind of felt you guys were nervous when I was walking around with that axe.
I mean, I had an even bigger knife.
I had
than
a
you were
drop
with
on
that
you. Don't
axe.
worry.
Now,
Yeah.
my wife was nervous when I came home with the axe, but she's like, please put that away.
You were also covered in blood, so she was like, "Did you finally murder Darth Jader? Like, what happened?"
It was a tough night at the office.
Oh my. Tough
Oh,
night
now
at the
here,
studio.
look at this scene. He is going down an escalator
At Lennox Mall.
in a hospital that looks like a mall.
15 escalators. They just keep going.
But
up.
he's got a gun stuck in his waistband. Was that normal in LA?
There is nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah, there is zero about Cobra that allows him to communicate to the public. It's okay. I'm a police officer.
Yeah.
I mean, no, he didn't have a badge
there's
or
no-
anything. He was just
nothing.
Yeah, unlike
Yeah.
Riggs, like Riggs at least had his badge.
He
I
always
want to
wore his
say.
badge around his neck.
Yeah, he always had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, and they even make fun of Cobra during this movie because what does Gonzalez say? He says, "Yeah, he looks like a '50s fugitive, but he's sure good at like rounding up those psychos or something
Whatever.
like that. Whatever the hell he said."
Yeah, I know why they call him Dirty Harry, because he gets all the shit jobs.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wait, that was a much better movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he sure is great at catching psychos. He's the pride of the zombie squad, and it's just,
The Pride of the South. There's two of them.
that. Yeah, well, there you go.
He was
Well,
elected president, unanimous vote.
I voted. I was just about to go there. God damn it!
No, that's a high five.
Nice work, you two. Nice work.
Oh, for the love of God! Yeah, bo.
Now we are moving into what is
The car chase
Yeah, the
scene,
car
which
chase
is
scene.
literally explosive, and I thought of both of you when this happened because so many cars just fucking
Blow up.
explode.
Do you know what I find disturbing about scenes like this?
Do tell.
Okay, this movie was 1986. I was 7 years old. My God, the cars looked so old when I was a child.
One of the chase cars is a capped pickup.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
No.
And then when you put on your seatbelt and it looks like you're actually in an aircraft, then you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, when you got your 5-point harness on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Put on your seatbelt. No.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, when the car goes to flip and he says, "Get down."
Yeah.
Like, what the?
Get down, get down. Well, this whole scene
Is that like a
Get
Ford
down.
Escort or something?
Yeah.
What is
Get
that?
down
Yeah.
A
again.
Chevy Granada? I don't know.
this whole scene is such a obvious vanity piece.
And
for
Steve
Stallone.
McQueen is like rolling over in his grave.
Yeah, because it's literally Stallone being like, they're shooting at me, and I'm not moving. Don't flinch. Even, I mean, John Wayne, for Christ's sake, he flinched. He got out of the way of bullets. Stallone's just like, bullets don't touch me.
Even Sean Connery was driving like he was a little bit manic
Right,
in
yeah.
Doctor No. It's just like,
So there's no sense that there's any consequence.
no.
So tell us more about Sly Stallone's car here. Did
Sly
you?
yet.
It's a 52. Oh God, it
Well, I'm
is.
sorry. We go a long way back.
Apparently so.
You and Sly.
Me and Sly.
They,
Oh, and I
they-
love he
they got-
turns around, shoots, and then spins.
and then that
car
freaking car
explodes.
explodes,
And
and it's
also-
just a frame. But yeah, he and Sly they cut their teeth in the porn industry.
Oh,
together.
okay,
you
yeah.
know this,
Yeah.
Jason.
So
Come
he
on.
was the
right.
Italian stallion, and you were the Norwegian.
The Norwegian cheesesteak.
Okay.
I didn't get quite as far as he did. That's why I have a lot of respect for Sly.
The Bob Odenkirk of porn, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
It's a 1950 or 52 Mercury. I'm just going to keep going. Mercury car.
But boy, it's got great shocks the way
Well-
it flies through the air.
Yeah, because
Did they have like a dozen of these or something? They must.
well, that's what I don't know, because the actual car, the star car, belonged to Stallone, but then you've got like 15 other cars.
You must.
Because the part where the car hits the boat, that was not the original scene. The original scene was that the bad guys hit the boat, and then Stallone's car hit their car.
Oh.
But then
Interesting.
because they cut all the stuff out,
They had to reshoot
reshot.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to have had 7 or 8. Darth, are you okay over there? Are you?
She's
Could
still-
you try to be a professional?
She's
Just
still
for-
shocked
just
with
for a
the
minute.
Norwegian cheesesteak. See, it's not nearly as good as the Italian stallion, is it? No.
Oh my
You can see why
I
I'm
don't
here
know.
with you right now.
I'd rather eat a cheesesteak than a stallion.
Far more filling. That's what she said.
You guys are horrible.
Le mot juste.
My abs hurt. I don't have to go to the gym for like a week and a half now. Thank you, gentlemen. That was great.
While this scene is going on, I'm going to redirect things a little bit
Okay, do.
because the two of you have to make a decision.
Oh, no.
Shit.
Okay?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Who's going to pick the movie?
Who's going to pick the movie for next week? Because,
Okay.
as we said before, in this year of hell,
Yes.
which
Okay.
We've already deemed it the year of hell, just
Yeah.
so you hindsighters know.
I have a coin.
Yeah.
Clang.
Okay? Call it.
No, you gotta. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna call heads.
Which one do you
What are you? What are you? Gonna, what are you gonna call? Heads I win.
Let me think
Heads
about
I
it.
win. Tails she loses. What do we got?
Oh, my God.
What?
Okay. Oh. Next week, Darth, you get to watch an Adam B pick. Because it's heads.
Well, I thought heads. You mean the other person had to pick?
No. You have to pick a movie, a painful movie, a movie that is,
Like really painful.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my philosophy, what I'm doing in this one, and I will tell the audience, I'm going from mildly painful to painful to agony.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing.
If it
And I
gets
started
worse
with
than shivers,
Cobra.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, I
No,
started
no,
with
no.
Cobra.
We're done with shivers.
Yeah.
No, I
So,
say if it gets worse than shivers,
Oh,
I'm gonna
it
hit you.
might.
oh, it will.
It might.
Oh, it
Well,
will.
then you might be hit. Just saying,
Shivers
yeah.
is a classic.
Well, if you
No.
tell him you're going to hit him now, you know he's going to pick something bad.
What if I hit him with your cane?
He'd still,
I like
then he'll
that.
pick something twice as
God
bad,
Haven't you ever been caned?
and he'll give you
Dean
$5.
Dean, Dean, Dean.
Zine. All right.
So,
Yes. All right.
Next
I'll
It's not
pick
a
the movie.
threat, it's a promise.
so next week, ladies and gentlemen, I have my.
You got your cane.
Even though it's not an evil character who had this, but I feel vaguely evil.
I don't know. It depends. If you could be kind of
A
like
little
the
evil.
John Hammond meets the homeless guy from Rick and Morty, who was the John that he was the John Hammond of
Oh, it's an earthquake.
who was the John Hammond of Anatomy Park
Yes.
because
yes,
he had that
yeah.
horrible line of right now you're all inside
That was
me, but by
Jamie Oliver, wasn't it?
No, not Jamie Oliver. John Oliver.
John Oliver.
Yeah.
John Oliver was on the show, but he wasn't the homeless guy. He was
Oh no, he was the
amoeba
guy,
or whatever.
he was
Yeah,
the actual
he
John
ran the
Hammond
part.
version, but they sort of spliced it between the homeless guy and the amoeba guy.
Yeah.
So, but the homeless guy.
All I
was-
remember is you can put your fingers inside me, Morty. That's it. That line just stuck with me.
No, it was you can put your fingers wherever you want.
Yeah.
But he heard
Same
he heard
thing.
something different.
Yeah, same thing.
Rick was like, "Turn this speaker off, Morty." Oh my god.
So
Anyhow,
next week we will be watching a movie chosen by our colleague, Mr. B, and I think I know who's going to be crying. Good.
I will say,
He scares
Just-
me with that voice.
just
I know,
wait.
I love that voice.
Just wait, hindsighters. Just wait. I'll get mine.
I know, you're going to pick like all sad movies and stuff. Make me feel like Brave Little Toaster.
Just wait.
We just pick violent, semi-pornographic movies. You
I'm
pick
sorry.
like feels movies.
Exactly. I'm gonna break your spirits. It's gonna be fantastic.
I can't
You're going
even-
to die
I can't e-
magnificently.
I cannot even imagine what your third movie will be. What's the ramp up? What is the ramp up for Brave Little Toaster?
Oh, Brave Little Toaster's just the mid movie.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
So anyway, back
So
to
the chasing.
Anyway,
Oh, now they're going to
Oh wait,
upstate.
whose hat does she have on? Was that Gonzalez's hat?
Taxi driver.
no, it
Perhaps
was,
they slept together because she likes to sleep with people. Apparently.
Well, and they both have. What does he call her?
I
A
thought it was
fellow-
Sloane's hat from Ferris Bueller.
Oh, could be.
Might be.
Oh
no,
God,
it's
did
Cameron's
she sleep
hat.
with Sloane? I'm sorry.
Slow.
It's actually Cameron's hat, but you know what? Cameron I've seen in real life. I saw him in the producers live at the Fox, but
I bet he's a nice guy.
he seems like
He seems like
be.
he would be a nice guy.
Yeah, he couldn't not be. He's one of those people that wouldn't
Let
disappoint
my
you.
Cameron go.
Anyhow, so yeah, we haven't missed much of the movie, honestly, hindsighters, because now Cobra is taking Ingrid, right?
Yes.
Ingrid.
Knudsen.
He's taking her upstate to keep her safe, despite the fact that the whole department doesn't agree, but it doesn't matter because he's the leader of the zombie squad. So he gets to do whatever the hell he wants, I guess. And they wind up at a motel.
Of course.
Meanwhile,
and now they're married, remember?
Yes.
in real life. Yeah.
And she's 23 and he's 40.
Is she 23?
She doesn't look 23, but she is 23.
Wow.
Yeah, she was born in
Okay.
1963. He was
What-
born in 46.
What did?
Okay,
How old did
he's-
you think she was, Jason?
I
Like
thought
40?
I thought she was older.
Just kidding.
I really
Oh,
did.
okay.
She could have been
Yeah.
28, 29.
Gotcha.
She was ridden hard and put up wet. And that's why she looks so old. Yeah,
Phrasing.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
that's right. It's the technique.
I love this
My.
whole obviously improv Sylvester Stallone scene.
but poorly improv.
Poorly improved.
I mean, it would have been good if he bought something
Yes,
instead
I
of,
don't-
sorry, no sale.
No sale. When he picks up the little bobblehead.
Yeah.
Gonzalez talks too much. You should put some more meat in your diet.
Because he's holding up a dead frog. Because he does, like I said before, he does get on to Gonzalez about having a bad diet, like with all the sugar.
Yeah.
And he's like, fish and rice and stuff. But then he holds up the frog. He's like, yeah, you need some more meat in your diet.
I don't know, maybe put like a nose in the middle and then my face. I
hate frog legs.
This whole scene is the most surreal, stupid
Yeah,
scene.
it is painful to watch.
It is painful.
They were trying to do some character development because this is where you
Oh,
find
by the way, did you
out.
see what it said on the Coke?
No.
Coke Classic.
Wow.
Coke Classic.
Haven't
See if
seen one
he
of those
drinks
in a
it
while.
again.
I remember.
Coke Classic. There was a time.
Remember New Coke?
Yes.
New
And then it
Coke.
went away quickly.
Yes.
Because no one liked it. You have no idea what we're talking about, do you, Jim?
No, I do, because they've done several reiterations of that, like with Coke Lemon, Coke Lime, like Coke Vanilla.
No,
And
but
some
New
of those
Coke. But New Coke was
was a
different.
new formula.
Because
it completely
when New
tasted
Coke came
different.
out, you could not get the old Coke.
It wasn't a big thing for me just because, like, I want to say it was very little when it happened. And plus, I was never a soda person. Like, when have you guys ever seen me just drink a straight
Never.
soda?
It's always liquor.
Yeah. As a
Well,
kid,
yeah.
I drank
Yeah.
a lot of Coke.
I mean, if
I
there's
used to be a
liquor
big Coke
in the
head.
Coke, sure. But no, but seriously. I'm
He didn't even buy rubber chicken.
He bought nothing. I mean, it's a piece of shit.
What is this
I hate
lady
him.
selling? Because you've got a dead frog, a rubber chicken.
Hey, that's very
What-
popular in upstate.
Yeah, where are they? I think they're in Florida.
By the way,
looks of it.
these guys are going to ruin their axes.
Yeah.
You know,
So what we were watching is the crazy new order. They were holding the
All
axes
12 of
up.
them.
You know, it's like they got quite a force there.
yeah. I mean, there's like
I
they
kind of
couldn't even.
expect-
They couldn't have gotten maybe like 30 or 40 extras just to show up.
I
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
cheap.
expect
50
Clancy.
bucks a day.
Yeah.
Come on.
I honestly expect Clancy Brown to show up and be like, "What the hell are you guys
Yeah.
even doing? Like, come on." Speaking of which,
wait, no. The whole scene in the diner with the French fries
Oh
and
my
the ketchup
God.
is a scene that makes no goddamn sense.
the only reason why it exists.
Oh, here, let me give you a big hamburger.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Look,
Here
I'm
you are.
improving. I'm
Your
doing
entree-
improv.
Your entree's ready.
Your entree's ready. You got a big smile on
The
his
reason
face.
why this scene exists, I can tell you, is because
Because the movie was only 1 hour when they first cut it.
well,
Gotta fill
Stallone
it.
pointed out at the station that there's a mole. They've got to have an insider, and the station just wasn't ready to agree with that. They're like, "What makes you think that?" And they're arguing with him. Meanwhile, Stallone starts noticing Stock, the lady who's clearly working for the cult faction.
Obviously working for the gold.
But he's the only one who figures it out because he's Stallone, and
He's a zombie
And
squad.
it's
I'm a
just
genius.
and it's just because he keeps noticing her on payphones. She won't use the actual house
Came with a
phone
roll of quarters.
or her room phone or anything like that. So that's how he figures it out.
Is
is
that a
that-
roll of quarters in your pants? You happy to see me? I gotta make a lot of phone calls to my family. They worry about me.
and my car
You
phone
make a
isn't
lot of phone
reliable
calls.
anymore.
Are you a Satanist? Which,
But-
by the way, that's the thing about the fact that they cut so much of this movie. The bad guys in the original cut were straight up devil worshippers. They were Satanists. And so
Could
imagine
it be?
That would have worked out better,
Satan?
actually.
But, yeah, I mean, imagine cutting a movie so much that you lose the fact that the bad guys
You
were
lose
devil.
all motivation
Yeah.
for the bad guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they just come across as people who are like, yeah, we're doing this.
We're clangers.
Yeah.
And we clang axes
Yeah.
together. And what I really love is that you never see Stallone eat, minus snipping off that one little triangle pizza.
And
you
an
don't even see
apple.
him eat. No,
Eats the apple.
okay, the
Yep.
apple, and then he snips off the triangle of pizza, which you never see him eat, and then all he does is drink coffee throughout. That's it. And
That's how he stays so skinny.
it's literary assumption that he even eats. Like you don't.
yes.
And meanwhile, Brigitte Nielsen drowns her French fries in ketchup.
life jacket? Because you get them together with your french fry.
That French fry is going to drown in the ketchup.
Drown. Poor little french fry going to cry. His mama's going to cry because the french fry drowned.
Anyway, so
He's
we're
not a very intelligent man.
I know.
That's the joke I'm going with.
And Jason knows how badly you could still beat his ass, Sylvester. So there you or Sly, as it were.
God
Excuse
made
me.
men equal God made men Samuel Colt made them equal.
Oh, okay. Fair
And
enough.
Cobra took a Colt 1911 and made it a 9mm.
He emasculated is what he did.
He cut one testicle right off.
Yeah. That's why it takes 10 shots
Yeah,
to take down every
yeah.
person.
But I do
wow.
have to say, one thing about this movie that I did find boss, which was a word
Ooh,
I would
okay.
have used in the 80s.
I was about to say that's an old school
It was
term.
a boss thing, was the way that Stallone does actually kill the main bad guy.
Yeah, he went out hard.
He went out
spoiler
real
alert,
fucking hard.
hindsighters. The night slasher, he dies so hard
Because you're in a foundry town.
well, you also, you're in a foundry town, first of all. So, of course, there's the obligatory shootout in the warehouse surrounded.
Factory.
The magic factory where things are just
Sparks are
just
flying.
going on.
Yeah, there's an
lava.
inferno.
Yeah,
Like, there's literally lava in the corner.
when everybody goes home at night, it's just a hell zone.
Yeah, there's nobody there, right?
There's
Well,
no
because
one
they
there.
shot the security guard, so he couldn't
That's
make
true.
sure to regulate
That's
all the
true.
knobs and stuff to make sure that things were going to go ablaze.
Because that's how it works. The security guard
Is in
at a
charge
nuclear
of all
power
the-
plant.
Yep.
It's the guy going. Anyway,
He's
but
making
how does
sure-
he die? How does the Night Stalker, Night Slasher?
Night Slasher, I keep wanting to say Night Stalker, but the Night Slasher dies because he and so Stallone obviously get into a deep voice off. Hey, pig. He calls him pig approximately 17 and a half times. And I all I could think was
I think
Archer.
he's talking about me.
All I could think of was Archer. That is just fucking it for people calling me a pig today. Like,
Can I want you to continue this, but in this scene, Sylvester Stallone is assembling his gun while Brigitte Nielsen is on the bed, presumably
do.
getting very moist. Mm-hmm. Is that a thing? Like, do girls... Have I been doing this wrong my entire life? Like,
well,
do
I'm
girls
sorry,
get
what's the question?
do girls get moist? Like,
When you assemble a
just
weapon.
assemble a gun and like girls are just going sploosh?
Sploosh.
Because I don't think so, but I'm willing to try.
Is that gun oil I smell on you?
Well, with me, smell wouldn't work. So,
Oh, that's true.
I think it
It's a
depends.
visual thing.
I think it depends on the man assembling the gun. So,
Does it matter at all about the weapon? Like if it was Pee Wee Herman assembling an M60 machine gun, would be like,
I'm building a nuclear bomb. Sploosh.
no. Okay,
But
so
with
there's a
semen.
new scale. Like, how hot do you have to be to get a woman wet while you're
Okay.
assembling it?
Okay.
So, I guess Pee Wee
Please tell
Herman
your
would
mother
be.
not to listen to this
I will.
particular episode.
yeah, I won't
Sorry,
advertise
Barb.
this.
They
one
reel
with
me
her.
into these weird ass.
My mom doesn't even know how to find my show.
My mom doesn't even
Yeah,
care about
yeah.
my show.
Deliberately.
So who cares?
She would. My mom would listen if I ever told her how to find it.
My mom knows
But I
how to
don't.
find it. She's found it before and she advertises it. She just doesn't listen to it. And I'm like, you really
As long
shouldn't.
as Jane doesn't tell my mom how to download the show.
Podcast. That was
It's
the
so
cutest
cute.
thing ever.
It is cute.
How sweet.
Yes.
I told Michelle about that at the aquarium. I was like, Adam's with his mom this week, and he's teaching her how to download our podcast. And she was like, "Did you just say download?" And I was like, don't make fun of Miss Barb. Miss Barb is awesome. But so going back to this very important scale.
Yes, Lorelai. Yes.
Yes. So
What was Lorelai's mom's name?
Emily.
Emily.
And
okay.
it didn't rain, and the streets were always wet.
I know. It was always
Almost like
wet.
Bridget Nielsen. Always wet.
Oh.
Phrasing.
Ooh.
That was too easy.
Apropos.
That's what he said.
Apropos. No man has ever said that was too easy.
No.
Because going back to the Joe Rogan joke,
Yeah.
that's why you settle down with a woman in the first place. Because with every new woman, you have to learn the moves from scratch. Like it's
Yeah.
just,
Dude, I totally bang Lana.
yeah, me too. Wait, what?
I love when the camera does the soulful look at
The doughy
Stallone's.
eyes.
He looks like a mongoloid.
He is a mongoloid.
Yeah.
That's why he looked like one. So
What
Sylvester
state are they
Stallone.
in?
Huh?
Are they in California?
Yes. Upstate
I thought they were in
California.
Florida. So
Because I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, there's too much desert.
They're LA cops, and they went upstate.
Okay.
Okay.
Because people say that a lot in California,
Yeah.
upstate.
I'm going upstate.
All right. Fair enough. But so Sylvester
The
Stallone does in fact
no,
get laid.
We've got it.
We
the
gotta do the
scale.
scale,
No, we're
okay.
not leaving this one.
All right. So I would say that Pee Wee Herman is a good example for a 1.
Okay.
If he's assembling a
And
gun.
Mel Gibson is 10?
Oh my God, yes. He's like a 15 and a half.
Okay, so Elon Musk is a 10. Mel Gibson is a 15.
No, okay, so Mel Gibson's a 15. And
So
meanwhile,
what could Mel Gibson assemble to get you wet?
anything. He
Yeah.
could plug in my VCR.
A paper airplane.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson folding a paper airplane
He could undo a paper clip.
with the shirt off.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that just upped the
Yeah.
ante. Like,
Oh, gosh.
even with that, if he
Okay.
was dressed like Martin Riggs, like with the
Yes.
with the shirt
long
over the
hair.
shirt and the jacket, and no, forget the hair.
Are you kidding? I'd do him.
And he was just like unfolding a paperclip. I'd be like, all right, Mel, I'm already pregnant. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Let's see on a serious factor. Like,
This is why people watch this show. Because you don't see this on Inside the Actors Studio. This is the real analysis.
Yeah.
forget about your favorite curse word. Who would you do if they're assembling a weapon? And what weapon would it have to be?
Ooh. Okay, what chick would be the hottest chick to assemble a weapon?
See? Oh, you guys haven't already been thinking about this? I thought you were going to
Betty White.
Demi Moore.
I've been compared to Demi Moore, so
I would say Demi Moore. Yeah. Betty White's got a birthday coming up.
No.
99.
99.
No. You're kidding me.
Here,
No, she's
I
gonna be 99
I
soon.
shall use yea, and the Lord said.
Betty White.
Dr. Google, paging
I do
Dr.
love
Google.
Betty White.
No, but seriously, so think about your scale.
She was born January 17th, 2 days before my birthday,
Yeah.
19 and 22.
Man, she is
And
awesome.
she's still acting.
Oh, yeah.
I actually, totally unrelated. But I saw,
2021, come for Betty White. See what happens.
do you know the oldest verifiable person in Japan? Born in,
Verifiable.
where they know this was
No, I
actually when she was
understand.
born.
1800s?
1902.
Oh, 1902.
And I saw that and I went, oh my God. And the first thing you think of is, she's 119 years old. Oh my God. But that's not the freaky thing. She was born in 1902.
She still
so she was
drives.
67 years old the day we landed on the moon.
Oh my God.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Like,
That's incredible.
Yeah. And and you know what she said? Somebody asked her, well, what do you credit your long life to? And she said, hope.
Aww.
She's an optimist. And I thought,
That's awesome.
that's it.
Yeah.
We need
Yay.
more of that. We need more people saying, yeah.
We need more Annies in the world.
Yeah,
That's
If
what we need.
optimism is
Now,
longevity,
So
I
the
got
scale.
about 6 more,
I was about
six
to
more
say,
weeks
yeah.
to go.
I'm banking on pure cynicism to keep me going.
Cynicism and caffeine, my
Let's
friends.
hope that's equally as powerful.
Now, the movie is wrapping up, but we do need to take a break.
yes, we
yes,
do.
we do.
So we will be back in about 1 second. And we're back.
Oh.
And surprise, surprise, Sylvester Stallone is in an action sequence.
Yes.
I know no one saw this coming.
There's a car chase.
Is a car motorcycles?
They're all
There are
bringing a
guns.
motorcycle to a gunfight. You know, he's just gunning them down.
Rousdower is there with his Dodge pickup truck.
That one dude.
look-
Wait.
Oh, he got it. I bet
See,
you that
that's
was.
where-
I bet you the stuntman really got injured
Yeah,
there.
I think you did.
Yeah, and that's where it really felt like Mad Max to me, where the guy like actively got run over by a motorcycle.
Beautiful Sonoma Valley. Oh, wait,
And here
no,
I
there's
thought we were
palm
in Florida.
trees.
Yes, see, that's why I thought we were in Florida. I'm
Wait.
like, I don't know, but who knows where the hell
What
we
part
are?
of the world are we in right now?
Doesn't matter.
And I'm not talking about where it is in the movie. I'm just wondering where they filmed
Sweetie,
this.
Grandpa's concern for you is fleeting. Like, that's pretty much all that's happening right now. Meanwhile, Brigitte Nielsen flings Sylvester Stallone out of the bed of the
Yes.
truck, where he just rolls.
But it's okay.
course.
Gets
He
right back
rolled.
up.
He rolled.
He
He's
rolled.
fine.
It was a
Yeah, exactly.
parachute landing fall,
Exactly.
PLF
Exactly.
as we called it.
So long as-
go.
So long as you don't focus on the actual fixtures, you or, no. What is it? The Archer.
Orange Groves?
No, in Archer when they're
when,
jumping off
Ron-
the train, Ron
yeah,
is
when-
trying to teach him how to jump off a train. Yes, he jumped off the right way. Is pretty much the important.
There's no more
lesson of that.
dramatic ending than in an orchard.
Yeah. It's just-
And
You
throw,
know,
throw a hand grenade for what per person.
Gee.
you know,
Tina.
my dad has a tractor almost exactly like that one.
Yeah.
I used to ride on that tractor when I was a kid.
Aw.
Yeah, it was the first thing I ever learned how to drive.
Meanwhile, they're all
Go
trying
ahead.
to water balloon fight in order to lower their rent
Yes.
with Mr. Fish Odor.
Yes.
And if you run out of weapons,
99 red balloons. And
you throw oranges at them
It's
if you
rough
run out of
time.
weapons. Now, where is it?
he's
where,
just learned
where
to
is
gloss
this?
right past this.
Yeah, of course. But now, like, where is there an orchard right next to a smelting plant or whatever? I think that they just kind of jumped to a different location, perhaps.
Yeah,
You think?
Chateau.
Well, I mean, Brigitte Nielsen has some long ass legs.
She
You don't know.
does.
Yeah,
She really
you don't know
does.
how much
No, she
land she
does.
can cover in a run. Like,
And this poor guy.
Oh, I know.
He
This poor
seems to have
security
so
guard.
much wisdom
Homer
to offer.
Simpson.
No,
He
no,
gets shot with a
no.
38 special.
Homer Simpson meets Hank from The Office. Gets completely shot out by Stalk,
So-
aka who was the rat. We find out.
Yes. So basically,
What a twist.
The final 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
are
and it is like
Stallone-
20 minutes.
and it's actually worse than that, because in most 80s movies you had like the one-liner, bam, bad guy's dead. In this movie you've got like 3 of them.
And none of them result in
And-
anything
yeah, and it's-
until like the 40th one.
Yeah, it's like he says like the one-liner, like
Oh, I've got it,
I'm
I've
the
got it."
disease, or I'm the cure, whatever.
Yeah, so Stalk's the rat. We find that out. Cobra and Mad Max, all that stuff. Soccer mom Barbara Streisand. That's what I compared Stalk to. She ends up pursuing Cobra and his girl, and there's the inevitable, warehouse shootout. And,
How awesome would it be if Bette Midler had played Stalk?
Oh God! But one of the lines that I had to write down was, "We are the future." No, your history. It's so bad. And
No,
that's,
you're the disease and I'm the cure.
so yeah, and so Jason, I do have to tell you, I did cry during this movie. From
We all did, I
laughter.
Well, like I said, I mean, in this whole thing that I've come up with, this circus of horror and pain, this is just the introduction.
See, now he's gonna take this like up to 11.
But here's the
I
thing.
can't.
I'm so scared.
I can't. It's got to be a 5, a 6, and then
no,
I'll-
I mean like your choices of movies.
I'm gonna rack my brain on that
We've
one.
all got to
so
go
afraid.
from, it hurts, but I kind of like it, to, no, now it just hurts, to kill me. Just kill me.
I already know what my last movie's gonna be now. I'm not gonna tell
Okay,
you.
that's fine.
Wait,
That's
don't
fine.
tell
Totally
us.
fine. Totally fine.
Keep
Yeah.
it a secreto.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that, and God knows, because we're actually, here's how, is it masochistic or sadistic?
As my
Sadistic
friend-
is with other people.
no. As my friend taught me, sadism is self.
Okay.
Always remember S and S.
No.
No,
no.
masochism is when you harm yourself.
Yeah, she's
Sadism
right.
is when you harm others.
She's right.
Oh, masochism, myself.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot the my
Get
part of
your
self.
shit together.
I'm sorry.
So-
Friend from college who taught me that, and I forgot.
What was her
What
name?
college did they graduate from?
Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Along with Jonathan Frakes.
Yes.
So
And Mr. Brown.
So as masochists, we've actually taken this to a whole other level. where after I have my pick and then my co-hosts have their pick, we're actually going to get one of our guest hosts.
Oh, that'll be good.
To pick things to torture all of us.
Ultimate sadism.
Yes. So
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
It's going to get bad. It's going to get real bad.
So we'll see which one of you are the real followers, because you're not even going to want our show
No,
anymore.
you're really
after
not.
this. It's evolved
It's the
into
commentary they tune in for, not the film.
something. This is very true, because we never talk about the damn film.
No, we've talked about this one. I mean, look,
know,
she just
I'm
said die,
kidding.
bitch.
That's true.
Yeah, die,
Stock
bitch.
dies.
Oh, that was the line.
spoiler.
It was just She said it twice. So Stallone, I'm gonna write the
And they didn't invite the slasher to the premiere.
didn't.
God, that is
He
painful.
had
That's
to buy.
hurtful.
He had to buy a ticket to go see the movie he was in.
That's horrible. Well,
That's
you expect
awful.
that because that happened to my dad when he was in Tyler Perry's movie
but this
Meet the
guy
Browns
was
as an
like-
extra. But this guy was one of the freaking stars.
Yeah.
That doesn't make
He was
any sense.
the head
Yes.
killer.
Yeah, he was
Oh, well.
the night slasher.
He was the guy that got roasted in the furnace at the end of the movie.
He got
That is
roasted like a
classic.
pig.
Yeah.
Irony.
Which, again, I will say, as bad as this movie is, I really have a hard time thinking of a more painful way that a baddie died.
Yes, because we didn't
It's pretty
discuss
awful,
that.
yeah.
You asked me to
He
tell.
screams a lot
Yeah.
as he's being cooked alive.
Like a pig.
He squealed like a pig. Yep,
Yeah.
because he seriously called Sylvester a pig like 47
look,
times.
Yeah, and not only, and we should be clear, first of all, Stallone sticks him on a hook,
Yes,
which for a normal person is enough to kill you pretty quickly.
depending on where you get hooked, I guess.
I don't really know where you're getting hooked by that hook that it doesn't kill you.
It happened in Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows as well. So I don't know. It's,
Okay, all right.
He's got a high
I
threshold.
love Robert Downey Jr. Damn it.
All right, enough with you. But then on the hook,
pig.
he
You want to go
sends
to hell with me?
Sorry.
anything else.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Do
We
your
are the
pep.
hunters.
Do your pep.
We kill the weak so the strong survive. Except
Yes.
we kill everyone. Anyway, so after Stallone hooks him on a giant meat hook, he then pushes him into a blast furnace.
Because
Yeah.
what meat hook is in that particular warehouse?
Well, iron, you hook iron on.
No, see, I don't know.
it's-
So please tell me. I'm not.
He's a smelter.
Yeah.
Yes, he's done a lot of smelting.
Apparently. Okay. So it makes sense that a hook of that size would actually be in said factory.
Well, you would use a big hook to hold a chain that was connected to a big piece of metal.
There you go. And it melts.
And it melts and drips
Oh,
into
dear
the...
God. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
we don't.
Yeah, I don't have a clue what I'm talking about.
So, yes, they put the bad guy on a big hook and then they put him through a blast furnace.
Yes.
And the only reason there's no one here is because they were all, I guess, immigrants who were like, they were picking.
What you
they were,
trying to say,
They
Mr.
were
Brown?
picking oranges. You know, it was the day shift. At night, they smelt. In the day,
Is this
they,
a mice and
man.
men?
they picked.
No, Gonzalez actually said, "No, guys, don't come in." My friend Stallone, he's great. He's local.
Too many migrants in here. They're picking oranges and getting crazy.
So the
It's a Tom Steinbeck book.
here's the funny thing though: the scene where the night slasher is saying all of his rude things to
If all of your
Stallone.
devices can stop going off.
I know that was me too.
Okay, so the scene where the night slasher is saying all these terrible things to Stallone.
Just getting them mad.
But here's another, because remember earlier on we said that the actor who played the night slasher had asked. He said, "Can somebody tell me about my character? Anything?"
Give me some motivation, whatever.
When they went to do this scene, this is a true story. There was a basketball game on TV. So Stallone wasn't there. So he had to do that entire scene with like the second
stunt
assistant
double?
director. That's who he was talking to.
Oh no.
And so the poor guy, like he comes off kind of crappy,
Yeah.
but he's literally like, "Oh, I'm doing the whole scene with you where I confront you and it's everything, but where's Stallone? Oh, he's not here. He's watching basketball."
He loves the Lakers.
And so he had to do the whole scene talking to some like girl with a binder with the script in it.
Because even when we were doing Much Ado About Nothing, you were like, yeah, it's important that you do your scenes together,
Yes.
considering you're starring in the show
There's a
together.
basketball game. I'm gonna go watch the basketball.
I'm glad you weren't into basketball.
No,
Yeah.
no,
That's
I'm
good to know.
More into acting actually than basketball.
I
But no,
noticed,
that's a true
yes.
story though. So the poor guy who the night slasher just got shafted
Jeez.
every which way you
Poor
can
dude.
imagine.
See, if this was Jeremy Irons, that would never have happened. Like,
Yeah.
so Stallone would have showed up on set every
But
day
just
trying to show him up.
Imagine thinking, this is it. I have hit my big break.
And then
And then
just get
you don't even get a
hosed.
ticket to the premiere.
Oh my god. And what is this guy's name? We've got to give him a shout out.
We do.
So I'm looking it up.
sincerely hoping he's still alive.
Oh my god, Jason.
No, I'm sure he is. He's, well, maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, shit
You never
happens,
know,
man.
yeah.
I mean, you know,
Kind of like the
could
guy
get-
in Die
you could
Hard.
you could get sent into a
blast
blast
furnace.
furnace.
You could go full Carl and, you know, you
It's
killed my
actually
brother.
it's actually kind of interesting when you watch this scene though, and when he's going into the blast furnace, I actually wonder how they did that. If that was a dummy, because you see the arm like fall.
Yeah, probably. I would
And-
think so.
I don't know. I mean, if it was a dummy, you know, hats off to the people who did that.
Yeah, yeah.
The people who actually make the magic.
It looked real.
Yeah, it really did.
So his name is Brian Earl Thompson,
Okay.
the Night Slasher, and he's
His name
still
is
Brian Earl Thompson.
If you're listening, Brian, we do appreciate
seriously, dude.
what you did here.
Yeah,
He's,
seriously.
Oh, he's a big guy. He's 6'3", and he's 61 years old. He's still
Aw,
alive. He's
good.
still with
Yes,
us.
that makes me
Aw.
so happy that he's still alive.
Yes, and he's still married. So yay, and he's got
Is
kids.
he? Is he
so-
acting? Is he? What was the last time he was
That's a
in
good
something?
question. I've got to look up his IMDb.
Yeah, because
but-
you always go to IMDb and you hope to see 2020
I
or
know.
2021. You know,
Not like 1998.
Yeah.
Right.
unless it turns out that he was like, oh yeah, I became a stockbroker and I made a lot of money and
Yeah, exactly.
fuck
Kind of
acting.
like Randall from Clerks, where
yeah.
he owns like a nice gravel company or something in real life.
after he got cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah, 2021. He's going to
Yay!
be the young murderer in Macbeth.
Oh, well.
He's 61 and he's going to be the young murderer.
Amazing what
Well-
you can do on stage.
Well done, you.
Yes.
Well done, Brian. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we
And
like Brian.
if you're ever in a production of ours, you will get front row seats for free
Yeah. No, we'll include you.
to
Absolutely.
opening night for sure.
And we'll give you a +1.
Well, not only that,
Yeah.
you'll be more than young murderer.
Yeah.
I bet you after Cobra, that was a part of his contract. You know, his agent's like,
Yes.
I must be
better
invited.
be at the premiere
Yes.
God.
every time.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If we do Hamlet, he could be Hamlet
Yeah.
or Polonius. Take your pick, because a lot of people don't want to be Hamlet.
I was
They
about
wanna-
to say
they-
Hamlet's
they,
such.
They don't necessarily. So you know. Ooh, it's Garrick.
I'll be Ophelia just because that's the only female worth being in Hamlet.
Are you kidding me?
I knew that was gonna rankle you.
Maybe the queen.
I knew that was gonna piss you off.
Ophelia
down.
is a hack compared to. No.
Calm
Yeah,
down.
I'm sorry.
I said in
No
Hamlet.
hard feelings, pal. Yeah, I know the Queen.
I know, but
Let's
I knew it was
let's
gonna
kill
rank
some time at the end riding a motorcycle
Yes.
down the
Well,
street
yeah.
for like 20 minutes while we roll
and
credits.
it's so obvious that
Yeah.
she's taller than he is. Like, and I have to ask you, gentlemen, could you be with a lady who's taller than you?
I could be
Yes,
with any
easily.
lady who
Absolutely.
let me be with
Yes.
her. Pretty much. And that was easy,
How
right?
about at a younger
totally
age?
easy.
I would be
Oh,
with
yeah.
I
It
would be
wouldn't
with
have
a little
mattered.
lady. I would
Not
be
a
with a
bit.
tall lady.
In fact, I remember having, whenever I was probably like, I guess in college, I remember like talking to, I had a friend of mine who, she genuinely had feelings for this guy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, I don't get it. What's the problem? And she's like, well, he's shorter than me.
Oh, well, that's from the opposite end of the spectrum, and I can explain that. So I'm talking about from your side.
I wouldn't even think, it wouldn't even cross my mind that it might
No.
be a thing. I wouldn't, it would not be something I would even think about.
See, some guys feel like emasculated if they're with a woman who's taller than they are.
They're idiots.
Well, tall, short, I'm emasculated regardless.
Right, yeah.
So I don't really
Yes.
care who I'm
That's
with.
true,
You
yeah.
know, I'm a
Yikes.
married man.
Yeah.
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 I'm a castrated steer.
My
Oh, yeah, I'm
yeah.
a married man.
My testicles are still in the mantle. I couldn't bring them out
Open
tonight.
purse, remove balls, right? Oh, my God.
No, it wouldn't bother me a bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, not
wouldn't
in the
even think
least.
twice about it.
No.
And in fact, there's this whole thing where people say, well, like tiny girls, like Asian girls. Oh, there's so much. Asian girls are beautiful. I'm not insulting them, but the height part of it isn't even a factor. It's like,
Okay.
and it's like, are they double jointed? I don't know. I don't care.
It's just a random factoid for you. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
No, but that's just how secure you guys are with
Oh, yeah.
yourselves. So that's good.
Yeah, I guess.
We're desperate. It's pretty much the same.
I
Security.
was trying to make it
Desperation.
complimentary.
Thank you.
Spin it. Let her spin it.
I'm trying to be your publicist, Mr. Brown. Jesus.
And I appreciate that. In fact, I called someone that I hadn't spoken to in like 18 years, and we were talking about something, and he goes, "Oh yeah, hindsight is horrifying, isn't it?" So clearly, you're doing great work.
Oh, yay.
It's out
Because I'm the
there.
only one who promotes the show ever. So,
Yeah, and
no,
we appreciate it. I kid
We
you
do-
not.
yeah, seriously,
we do.
yes.
I know you do.
Really,
I know
really
you do.
appreciate that.
even when I use the embarrassing photos.
That's
No.
what gets us the eyes, right?
Look, social media is a sewer. And so to have somebody who would voluntarily go into a sewer to benefit all of us.
I'm the Ninja Turtle of this team, okay?
yeah. Thanks, Donatello.
Yay. Thanks, Dodge. But
In fact, just last night I was thinking, now, if I ever ran for office, how would I explain away that picture?
I could do it.
Yeah,
Run for office.
I think so.
I was about
I'll
to say,
get you
I'm
elected.
the publicist and he's the attorney, so we'll
Holy shit, what do you want to be?
yeah, we'll make you that person.
We will
be your
make you
team.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll get you there.
We can do
Good.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh yeah, you need that to happen. Oh, yeah, we can.
Oh, yeah,
no.
we got that.
Oh,
we got
yeah.
that.
Look.
Don't listen to Kyle. He'll give you a bad
No,
quote.
Kyle, he's full of it.
We've got you covered.
We got you there.
But
Well, the credits are rolling, guys.
Yeah.
from the opposite end of the height spectrum, to be honest, it would be hard for me to date a guy who's shorter than I am, unless he was built, very well.
Unless his face was in the right spot.
No.
You don't want a short guy who's really ripped because that's a whole thing.
No, that's the one reason why a guy I dated who was approximately my height and was ripped. Yeah, that didn't work out. He had too much of a
Sorry. Voice of America's Sons, parentheses, theme from Cobra.
Oh dear God.
Like,
Wow. They were half a hit wonder. Yeah. Not even one hit.
I wonder. There's 6 knots to nowhere. But
Yes, I know that lifestyle.
no, but the whole thing. I understand what your friend was saying, Jason, the girl, because with a shorter guy, it's as a girl you have to have your situational awareness on all the time. All the time, because your mother forwards you articles like you might get taken in a parking lot, like at any given point, even in broad daylight.
okay,
like,
this is going a different direction
no, it is,
than I
but
thought it was
the
going.
The reason why I'm sure she felt that way is because you don't want to be with a man who, if you're approached in a dark alley, you're the one who has to fight.
But height. Let me tell you something. I've known short dudes who could whip
I'm
my
not saying they
ass 6
can't.
ways from fucking Sunday.
I'm not saying they
yeah.
can't. It's just that's what I'm saying is that if you're short, you have to be at least somewhat built. So,
Christian Bale says.
oh God.
Oh, let's quote from the Christian.
Really?
Christian Bale says we need to move on from this subject because we have actually finished the movie.
Really, Christian? Do you want to fight?
He's actually.
Is he slumbering?
I don't know. Let me see.
Bring it on, Batman.
Come on.
I mean, you know. What, you think you're better than Batman?
I mean, he's taller than I am, so probably not.
Oh, good for you.
All right. Christian Bale is my co-pilot. Is Christian Bale?
Oh my God. Great.
Some people have God as their co-pilot. You
Yes.
have Christian Bale as your co-pilot.
He's very Christian.
He's
Yes.
Welsh.
He is Welsh. He is Welsh.
There you go.
And
Give us one more taste. Come on, Christian. Can you do it?
Well, I mean, if you insist.
I do.
But he's not going to like it. Though.
I don't.
Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally.
Whatever,
Look,
Christian.
you pushed him
See if
too.
I
You pushed
freaking
him
care.
too far.
See if I care, Christian.
Christian,
Seriously.
come on the show.
No.
You can hit me in the face. You could literally, if Christian Bale wants to come on the show and punch me in the face,
With his John Hammond cane.
that's fine. If it gets him on the show,
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm here.
that's the price of entry.
Because then I can play that never have I ever game, and I can go, never have I ever been punched in the face by Christian Bale. Everybody here drink.
Gotta do it. So on that delightful
Yes.
bombshell.
Wait, we got to rate it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. We gotta go
Alf
out
to
to Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
I was already a straight
2.
5. Whoa.
It got worse?
No,
And
yeah.
you were the one who picked it.
When
so.
I was a kid, this movie was, first of all, it was contraband because my parents were like, "You cannot watch Cobra. Terrible movie."
Well,
I saw in 60 Minutes. They said it was terrible.
And and that's unfair for you because your older brothers are so much older that like they got to see all the cool stuff before you did.
How do you think I got to see it?
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
As a kid, it was, oh my God, this is awesome. Oh my, he's like shooting people and everything. And now, as a 42-year-old man, I go, this is just crap.
You're not 42 yet.
No, you're right.
He
Soon.
will be very
I will
soon,
be.
Hindsighters.
I
We're going to
will
be
be.
celebrating a birthday.
Yes.
And we'll see if it's at the gun range or not, depending on what your wife
we'll go to the
has.
Golden Corral at 4:00 in the afternoon. I'll get
Ooh, all
my
you can
dinner,
eat.
My dinner special.
Yes.
Get the extra,
Yes.
the extra plate of
Yes.
dessert.
No, I mean it's
Living the life,
such it's such a shitty movie. It's so bad, and I mean it used to be like it was Cobra.
Yeah. Well, that's a badass title, Cobra.
It is Cobra. No, it's a 2. It's a fucking 2.
It's Cobra.
It might be a 1.
So it went from Cobra to
Cobra.
to laughing my ass off the whole time at how shitty it is.
fair enough.
I give it a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and
a 5 and a
how much
2.
did it make you cry? Because you were trying to make us cry. Did it make you cry at all?
A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Cried man tears.
I didn't cry, but I remember I saw it in the movie theater when it was released. Not to date myself, and I was extremely
never does
I was extremely disappointed when I saw it in the movie because I spent $3.50 for an hour and 20-minute movie. Come on,
Yeah.
I was waiting for another
And
40
you didn't even
minutes.
realize they had cut out like 40 minutes
No.
of shit. Yeah.
And I walked out with all my friends, and I just said, "Man, we really struck out on that one." So I thought, well, okay, let's add how many years? 86, 96, 2000. 34 years ago? I'm barely 34. How could I have seen that as an adult? But
It doesn't add
movie
up.
predates Darth
time
Vader.
is weird.
it is. It's very Einsteinian.
Yes.
But no, I saw it again, and I said, yeah, just as disappointed. So I'm giving it a 5. Just
right.
as disappointed.
Fair enough.
Well, Christian Bale, did you like the movie?
No!
Okay.
Oh, he didn't even have to think about
I didn't even know he was still in the studio. That actually startled me a little.
Wow.
Christian hanging out behind me is not cool.
Christian did not like that movie. Okay, so
Yep, straight 5 for Darth Vader, just
Yeah.
because this was the first time I've ever seen it. But Mr. Brown, how much did you cry when you watched this movie? That's the importance.
I
of this
wanted to
game.
cry, but tears didn't come.
the tears just aren't coming. The
No,
tears
they
just
just
aren't coming.
come on.
So that
That's
makes
how
it
bad it is.
So 10, 12 divided by 3 equals
4?
4.175.
He
Yes.
doesn't do math.
If I could do math, I'd be an engineer.
Well, I did cry a little bit from laughter, as I've stated multiple times on this episode. So thank you, Jason. I actually enjoyed this. It was kind of a romp, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, just wait.
I know it's only going to get
This
worse.
is a taste of what's coming.
Dear God. Well, don't worry, hindsighters. What does Louis C.K. say? Boys, fuck
You're
up your stuff.
unfucking believable.
What does Louis C.K. say?
He says.
I was about to say, yeah.
That's what Louis says.
Yeah.
Yikes.
He said,
Only in public, though.
yeah, he says, don't call
only
the
on the
cops.
phone.
Yeah.
Only on the phone.
Okay. on the phone, yeah.
He says when he was talking about raising children, he says, "Boys, fuck your stuff up. Girls, fuck you up." So, welcome to this, because boys are going to try to fuck my stuff up. I'm going to fuck.
I've got
them
a friend
up.
who says it better. He says, when you have a boy, you got one dick to worry about. When you have a girl, you got to worry about all the dicks in the world.
You said this. I'm talking about in context of this challenge, so that's not what we were. I wasn't worried about the dicks in the room until you said something, but so now I have to go. So on
She's got
that
the- she's got
bombshell,
the visual.
You're
Roll
unfucking
credits, please.
believable.
I try, Christian.
I don't think Christian's going away. I think Christian might be here for a while.
Do you want a ride home? Because that's not how you get a ride home. Fine, take Uber. See if I care.
I'm fucking serious.
He really does not want to ride out.
Cool. The Dodge doesn't need you anyway. So on that Christian Bale
The fuck are you doing?
trying to exit the show. So on that Christian Bale bombshell, listeners, hindsighters alike, we appreciate you joining us for your drive time, your listening time, your Cobra time, your
When you lose your job and you get your medical benefits.
Your snake time.
Your drinking variant beer time. We don't care what kind of time. Thank you for joining us. This has been Darth. Jason.
Adios, baby.
Damn it, Jason. This has been Darth, Jason, Adam. This has been Hindsight, and
Good night.